Hi, I'm Jen Polanz, Managing Editor of Green Profit Magazine. Thanks for joining us for another Trending Now video where we talk about hot products for retail sales. Today I have with me Kip McConnell. He's the director of PDSI, that's Plant Development Services, Inc. Hi Kip, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. So tell me, where are you broadcasting from today?
So I'm in Loxley, Alabama, which is right on the Gulf of Mexico. So as far south as you can go in Alabama.
Ah, very nice. And I'm up north in Cleveland today. In my
two ends of the country, yeah.
So I'm going to share my screen here, and we are going to talk about Butterfly Candy Buddleia. All right. So tell me a little bit about this product. It's a series, right? And
That's correct.
Tell me how it got developed.
Okay, sure. So of course, we've, seen a lot of Buddleias on the market. We've trialed many Buddleias over the years, and they're a very popular plant because they're so tough and so colorful. But I got this plant about 2.5 years ago from one of our partners in Europe, and he had a breeder, and he sent me some trial material, and we started trialing it first down here in Loxley, and then with a few of our other growers in other areas of the South. But one thing that really caught my eye early on was the range of colors and the clearness of the colors. They're really, vibrant and true colors. They're not kind of like a muddled pink and purple like a lot of Buddleias are. So that was very exciting. And then as we continued to trial, we could see the habit, and it was very compact, and they bloomed for a very long time. And so all that together just, really made them stand out among the Buddleia world in my mind. And so that's how we came up with this series.
And this is hardy down to zone 5. Where else did you trial this?
We've sent it to some growers actually in Ohio, and then some in the Northeast. But like I said, we've had it about 2.5 years, but so far all the work that I've seen from them was good. But it was also trialed for years in Europe, so that they had a lot of cold weather to trial it too, and so we got a lot of that information as well from over there. So it's been a really tough plant, and just a perfect garden performer, and for containers as well.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you about that. Tell me a little bit about the application in the garden and for consumers.
I mean, because of the size, it's got so many uses. So it's not super small. Like there are some Buddleias that are only, like 1 foot, really small. These are, hardy enough and large enough that they're going to stand out in a bed. You'll get it about 2.5, 3 feet maybe, but around 2 to 2.5 feet is what it's going to be. So it'll fit in many garden beds. You can do a mass planting, you can do borders, and again, you can do some great container versions too because of the size. So it fits in a lot of different uses. And of course, you've got a great color range too with these great 5 colors that we've chosen in the first round of this series. And, we just really love the color combinations that you can have with that too.
These are gorgeous, and I'm going to flip through. We've got all the colors in the PowerPoint.
You can notice we're on this slide too, that the cart banner there, we really worked hard in trying to create a very pleasing, presentation for retail. So we came up with that full color logo, and then we did the cart banner, and we've got some other signage that would be available for retailers too. And then we tried to match the bloom with the container color, which again, repeating that color, it really makes it pop at retail. So, that's what we were trying to achieve as far as releasing it to gardens. But you can see here, this first one, Little Bubble Gum, you can see the color of that pink is really, really true and clear. And that's what I loved about this series. The colors of the blooms were very nice. And then another little aside about these. So you can see the blooms. The blooms are good size. There are lots of blooms. But what I like is as these blooms fade, because they're not big, huge blooms, they just kind of fade into the background. And as the new blooms emerge, the plant still looks nice. A lot of Buddleias, they'll bloom, then the blooms will fade, and then the plant doesn't look very good. These continue to rebloom, and the old blooms tend to go into the background and you don't notice them very much. So they're always looking good.
And about how long do these bloom for?
I mean, we had these things blooming all through the summer. So they started in the spring, as soon as they get growing, good and set their blooms late spring. And then we had them all the way up till, first frost.
That's great. I love the raspberry one.
That was
Look
the
at
very
that.
first one that caught my eye. And I think everybody else's too. It's just really unique.
All right. And tell us again the website, and retailers can find all the information that they need and the marketing material there.
Correct. Yes. We have a website, butterflycandy.com, and you can go on that and you'll be able to find retailers once we have the retailer locator up and running, and then retailers can find the materials that they need for retail merchandising. So yes, we think it's a great new addition to the Buddleias out there. We think people will love these colors, and I can't wait to have everybody give it a try.
That's great. It's a beautiful set of new introductions for 2023.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Kip, for sharing this with us. This is great.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you for watching another Trending Now video with Ball Publishing. I'm Jen Polanz signing off.